Here we were at the entry of the Templo Mayor Museum with my friends, and we were entering and seeing all the view that we had about the Templo Mayor and enjoying it. We continued our road to the entry of the exposition of the Templo Mayor Museum of the Mayan and Pre-Hispanic cultures. Finally, we arrived to the entry, but we were waiting for our partners that wanted to go to the restroom. So this was photo that we took from my partner Rafael, with the information of the museum and how is it called. When we finally entered to the museum, we saw these images that were from the architecture that they had and the mark on the rocks that they used to express their cosmovision in their culture. Here is an image of the tools that they used in that time. The pillars behind my partners were some pillars that were used in ceremonic temples to express the importance of them. Like this study, we could find a lot of them, and it's about a helper of a god that made easier the work of the gods in the Mayan cosmovision. And now we're gonna hear my partner Rafael read some information.
Se levanta Ciudad de México, Tenochtitlan. Aquí nadie teme la muerte. Esta es nuestra gloria. Ese es tu mandato. Oh, dador de la vida. Tenerlo presente, oh príncipes. No lo olvidéis. ¿Quién podrá citar a Tenochtitlan? ¿Quién podrá conmover los sentimientos del cielo? Con nuestras flechas, con nuestros escudos. Está existiendo la ciudad. México. Tenochtitlan subsiste.
What we've just heard was kind of poem that was along one of the most important pieces of this exposition that we're going to see later in this video. Meanwhile, we're continue seeing some of the little art and sculptures that we had in this period of time. The image that we are seeing here is about their god that represented the death and the hell in their cosmovision, and this is how they pictured him. And this is the most important piece of this exposition, in my opinion, because this is the piece that expresses and shows Coyolxauhqui, that was one of the most important myths of the creation of the humanity in the pre-Hispanic and Mayan cosmovision. This myth stated that Quetzalcoatl, one of the most powerful gods in the Mayan cosmovision, exiled his sister, and when he exiled her, he pushed her down a cliff, and she lost all her parts of her body. So this led to one of the parts of the creation of the humanity in the Mayan cosmovision. Finally, behind this amazing rock, we have the image of the god Tlaloc, that was one of the most adored gods because he was the one that made the rain exist, and this helped with the harvest and the life in the pre-Hispanic culture. After this amazing exposition in the Templo Mayor Museum, we walked down the street to the Museo de las Culturas, where we saw a lot of cultures, but one of the cultures that I was interested in the most was the Japanese culture. So I took some photos and I'm gonna explain them. In this image, we can appreciate the Oni masks that were a very important part in the ancient Japanese culture because they represented demons, and these demons that were represented in these masks were kind of expression from the people and the population. We continue with these masks that weren't about demons, but were about the people that lived in that era. Here we have ancient writings that I cannot certainly say what they say, but they were very important because they marked how the writing in these ancient cultures were evolving and the story of it. Finally, we have one of the most important art expressions of the Japanese culture that were ceramic painting that usually were used in dishes like plates or jars, also cups or mugs, and that could be